not all results in the dating market are good results, right? A lot of guys think, they're going to go to the club and, they make out with a couple chicks who might, do it a lot. And it's like they'll brag about it. And, it's cool. It's cool and all, the guy's getting results. Good for him. You're going to realize pretty soon in the dating market that every person you interact with is going to have an effect on your body and it's going to have an effect on your energy, right? Even just kissing someone or being laid up with someone, building a relationship with them, you're kind of inviting a person into your life. And some people are good people. They're just not the right person for you. And it's always gonna feel awkward when you're with them. And that's because they're just not great matches for you. And it's just simply a fact of life. Not all results in the dating market are good results. Not all women in the dating market are good women. And these moments of pleasure you might have, they might be cool in the moment, but some people are like really bad to keep around in your life long term. And you're going to realize that once you enter the dating market. You're definitely going to realize that some people are it's just not meant to be. And the more you act like it's meant to be, and if it's not meant to be, the worse it's going to get for you. And once you realize that, you're gonna enter the dating market a little bit differently, and you're gonna be like, you know what? You're gonna recognize the signs of when someone is really not supposed to be in your life, or when things aren't going anywhere good, and you're gonna be like, you know what? I'm going to release this person as soon as possible, because the longer you wait, when something doesn't feel quite right in the dating market and in life in general, the longer you wait inside of it when something doesn't feel right, the worse that it gets, right? So it's better to get your experience in the dating market and to speak to a lot of people and to recognize the signs in people. When someone has a good vibe about themselves and they get along with you and they check a lot of your boxes and they can grow with you, and to keep them in your life and to invest your energy into them in your life. And it's better to recognize the signs of when someone may not be a good person or when someone may not be the right person for you. And, they might do things with lots of different people, but they're just not the right person for you to keep in your life long term. And you might want to release them. Now, another thing to keep in mind when you're in the dating market is the more people you speak to, the more time it consumes, right? There's a lot of guys that think they're going to go in dating apps and they're going to cold approach hundreds of women and they're going to get the women that want to be with them. And that's that. You're going to invest a lot of time if you're speaking to a lot of different people and you're trying to invest relationships in nearly everyone you meet, right? In fact, it's going to take up so much time that it's going to feel like it's taking up all of your time, right? If you're speaking to like hundreds of women, that's going to take nearly all of your time. If you're trying to build relationships with them, if you're trying to go on dates with them, try to do stuff with them, it's going to take up so much time, so much of your time, right? And it's going to eat up your time and you're not going to have time to do anything else. And you're not going to have time to grow in your life as a person, right? Because your life in general should not revolve around women. It should revolve around growing as a person. And women should be one aspect of your life. Dating should be one aspect of your life that helps you grow. If you neglect the other aspects and only focus on that one thing, it's not going to pan out too well. It's going to be like that graph that you see, like in video games to show your personality. And it's only going to, be really high in one stat. It's going to be really low in every other stat. That should not be the goal of life. The goal of life should be a well-balanced person that continues to grow in every aspect, and dating is one aspect of that person. The more people you speak to, the more time it's going to consume, and you're going to realize once you speak to enough people in the dating market, you're wasting your time when you speak to a lot of different people. And a lot of relationships with people aren't going to go anywhere, and they aren't going to grow. And you're going to waste a lot of time on that. And you're going to be like, how do I prevent this from happening in the future? And the conclusion you're eventually going to reach is that when things aren't going well with the person, there's signs in the beginning that things aren't going well. And when they're showing you signs that things aren't going well, you should immediately release them, regardless of the reason. And that is to save you time, and that is to save you from bad decisions. And when things are going well, you should invest some time to make them grow. Right? That's pretty much, in my opinion, that was the best advice that was ever given to me. And it's something that took me really far and saved me a lot of time.